So, I see that there's a lot of stories about people and pets and stuff, so I thought I'd do Xena's story. There was, three cats my uncle had adopted, and, one his roommate had took, and he kept two of them. And, all of them had kittens around the same time, all three of the cats. Um, and Xena was one of the kittens from the one his friend had took. Her mother's name was Cat. She's passed away now. She got hit by a car. But she was staying with him, and he wasn't very good with his animals. There was I think Cat had a total of 5 kittens as well. And Xena had a brother that looked exactly like her, just like she's got 2 kittens that are pretty much look like twins, a boy and a girl. Her brother was killed by a dog that this man had owned, and I was there when it happened, and it was quite disturbing. I bawled for hours, and he wasn't. She was the last kitten left. She was the only female out of all his kittens, and she wasn't treated very well. She was used as a hacky sack and thrown around, and then he tossed her outside. So she ended up staying with the other cats that my uncle had because he lived upstairs from my uncle. We actually have Xena's cousin, Peyton. You guys have seen a picture of her. So they're together, at least. But Xena doesn't know where any of her other brothers are, but Xena had a twin. So I took her in because she was abused and had no home. And she's all fat now. The first night I brought her home, I was eating Whoppers that night. My dad had brought home Whoppers from Burger King. And she was eating the pickles off my Whopper. That's how hungry she was. I bought so many toys for her. I'd have to say the most disturbing thing my cat's ever done to me, Xena has. I was sleeping, and she gets these really wicked, nasty smelling farts. Well, didn't she get up on me while I was sleeping and stick her butt in my face and fart? I almost got up and puked. It was that bad. She's actually laying beside me right now on the chair. Right, Xena? Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Come say hi. So I took her in, and then a day later, my sister had brought Peyton home. She was really skittish. It was a hard time catching her. Xena, though, she was always lovable, even though she was badly tortured. They kicked her around. That's why you can do almost anything to her now, and she just don't care. My nephew Logan, actually, because my stepmom has things with the cats being outside of the bedrooms, because the dogs and stuff, so... But my cat had got out, and normally she listens and goes back to the room, but not lately. But my nephew Logan had always heard me tell Xena get back to the room. Well, she had ran up the stairs. He's like only 3 or 4 now. I think he turned 4 this year, but he had went up the stairs after her and threw down the stairs and said, get back to the room. She was fine. And then, about a couple months ago, my dad was doing renovations on the house, and she had gotten through a hole in the wall because some of the house had rotted away. And so she got out and then got pregnant. The male cat that she got pregnant with literally sat outside my window for days afterwards. Right, Xena? Okay, you're gonna go that way? Are you wagging your tail to everybody? So, we weren't too sure if she was pregnant at first. She wasn't showing very many signs, and then until the last couple weeks. But we were pretty sure she was, and then she had her 5 kittens on the 30th of June. Her story's not that big, but she's so lovable. Like, I can do anything to this cat. She used to love her belly rubs. Right now, she's kind of probably in a lot of pain. Get your butt out of the thing. Don't show your butt to everybody. Because she stopped producing milk, and the kittens are still trying to feed off her, yet they're eating other food as well, but because of their teeth and her not having milk, they pull too much, and one of her nipples has started to tear. Poor kitty. I actually have 8 cats in my bedroom right now. It's bad because my sister didn't want her cats anymore, and because they had made a mess in her room, so I'm stuck with her cats, and it's hectic in my room. My room's trashed because of the cats. The kittens will be leaving in a couple more weeks. They'll be ready to go. It'll be 6 weeks tomorrow actually, it'll be 6 weeks. I know I'm boring, but at least I felt I did something. But I'd have to say thanks to my previous cat, Xena, Tiny, for getting her. I had a cat for it's been about 8 years. I had a cat, and her name was Tiny. She was about 35 pounds. You pet her, she ate. She was so lazy. I had pet mice. I was supposed to have 2 girl mice, but it turned out they weren't. But she ended up taking them and knocking over the cage and ate every one of them. She was too lazy to actually go hunt. But we got her put down last year at the beginning of summer because she quit eating and stuff and was really sick. It turned out she had cancer that had gone too far. So we had to get her put down. And I was so used to having a cat, and then I seen Xena, and I said, well, at least I'm taking her to a better place than where she was at. So that's how I got her. She's my little fluff purr monster is what we call her, or fluff ball, or ZZ, and when she was pregnant it was Tubaloo. Right, Xena? She's actually just laying here cleaning herself. But yeah, there's been times where I've called her Tiny, and I really miss my cat. But that's it for the story, guys. See you later.